7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
He has a lot of problems.
Struggle to be top 5 in points at the end of the season.
Wow.
You bleach your hair, you're a sellout.
Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Moto Aftermath Show. This is episode number 270. This is the Denver wrap-up show. I'm your host, Travis. Thanks for joining us. We're here in the TLR Coatings studios. At the table with me this week here is Justin. We thought we were going to have Cole. I don't know where the hell he's at, but we thought we were going to have him. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to wrap up Denver. We got a whole host of stuff to talk about during the Complete Racing Solutions halftime report there. Everything from World Supercross. We got TLR tinfoil hat. We got a holster coat reload rant. We've got Worx bringing you a 450 race recap. We've got 50 Grafx bringing you the 250 race recap. We have our Pro Flo Racing mini moment of the race. We got all of it, man. We have all of it. Cole's calling in at some point, maybe, if we answer. Anyway, yeah, so we got all sorts of stuff going on. First off, when we get started here, thanks to all the sponsors, which I just ran down, but we'll do it again here. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta First off, show presented by 50 Grafx and Complete Racing Solutions. So 50 Grafx, make sure to look them up, local Michigan company, for all your custom graphics needs there. There is a discount code. You can check them out at 50graphics.com. They can do all sorts of cool stuff for you, so make sure to check them out. And then Complete Racing Solutions also presenting the show here, as well as your halftime report. And for this month, we are spotlighting the CRS Performance Services. Coach Rob and his team has developed a specific performance bundles to optimize health and improve athletic performance. The first performance bundle, now available to the public, is the integration of personalized sweat analysis when used in conjunction with any of Coach Rob's 4 energy fuel formulations. Your sports drink should match your intensity and duration of your event for optimum absorption and provide the proper concentration and amount of carbohydrates necessary for muscle contraction. I do love energy fuel. And in fact, I'm out, and Coach is supposed to be sending me some more.
Nice.
So we can film a little commercial for it too. But I do love that. I try to drink that during the day all the time. Anyway, there is an ideal sweat rate to avoid losing top-end speed and/or muscular endurance. With Coach Rob's Sweat Rate Analysis Bundle, you will learn how much you sweat along with a sweat profile. With this information, Coach Rob can make your next bag of energy fuel specific to your sweat profile. Visit CompleteRacingSolutions.com for more information. Link in the description down below. He's actually got I think it's like a patch thing, and if I get this wrong, I'm sure I'll get fined for this. He's got like a patch thing you put on, and it will analyze how much you're sweating.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, they can look at the data and then actually make this specifically for you.
Want to hear something interesting?
Yeah.
So, like, when I'm doing my cardio and shit.
Yes. Is that jerking off? Is that what we're calling it now? Is cardio?
No.
I think it's funny.
So when I'm doing my runs.
Anyway, okay. Oh, we're running. Okay, sweet.
So when I'm doing my runs.
I didn't know if you were on a machine. I didn't know if you were running. Are you out like road running?
No. Like whether I'm road running, whether I'm on the elliptical, whether I'm on a treadmill, no matter what. Any cardiovascular whatever.
Sex.
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
So I've told you this before.
Like butt sex?
I'm done.
Anyway, go ahead.
So I've told you before, because I have bad knees, ankles, whatever, obviously being older and just injuries and bad genetics, I get to a certain point where like I'll drop it down a little bit, shut off, take a break, and then I'll get back going. I can go a certain amount of time and barely sweat at all. The moment that I stop and take a breath and then try to pick it back up, holy shit, dude. It is enough. Like, if I'd have just kept going, I'd be sweating just a little bit. The moment I drop my heart rate a little bit and then go back up to, like, get it in the red, dude, it is insane.
When your body has that moment to breathe, I've noticed that too before.
So you have the same issue?
Yes. There is still a certain point in my distance running where I would start sweating, and that there was just no turning back.
Yeah.
But on shorter distances and stuff, yes, there is when you stop and your body goes,
Yeah.
all of a sudden it's like, ooh, okay, and I caught my breath.
Dude,
So
it is wild, the difference.
Yep.
And I only bring that up because of what you talk about with the sweat rate.
Yeah.
Like, it is wild.
I actually need to talk to Coach. I kind of wanted to get one of those and like wear it and have him look at it and be like, oh, well, this is what you're doing, because I want to see like on a normal day in the shop what my sweat rate is, because I go off the old school method of how yellow is my pee.
You drink a lot of water?
And when I go to pee, I go, huh, that's real yellow. When it gets to orange, I'm like, ooh, we're really in the
Oh, dude,
issue.
my shit's... I'm drinking... Like, my shit's clear all the time.
Just
drinking water all the time.
so anyway,
Love those microplastics.
love it. So anyway, yeah. So that's the new thing they got going on there. So again, make sure to check them out. CompleteRacingSolutions.com. Okay. One thing, and I had this on the halftime report, but I'm going to cross it off here because we're going to talk about it right off the rip before we get into anything. We need to make a correction because last week we went hard to the paint on Sexton firing his mechanic.
Well, I mean, we didn't say he did, but like...
We know some behind-the-scenes things and made some assumptions that it was a Sexton-sided issue. It was not. We were wrong. I'm now fully aware this was a KTM doing.
Yeah. Which doesn't shock me.
Which is weird because, and this was brought up with on Pulp on Monday with Michael and Steve talking about it. It's super strange because we are not the only ones to put out there that Sexton moves through mechanics quickly and put two and two together with it and go, this was a Sexton doing. He has one issue and boom, he fires Zim, whatever, which is fucked up because he took Zim with him. So the fact that KTM didn't come out and get in front of it makes me think there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we're not hearing. Now, I did hear that it was not all kumbaya there, and he was basically considered an outsider, and this was a thing that had been building all season.
Yeah.
And it was only a matter of time before he was no longer there because they did not want and when I say they, KTM did not want him.
Well, KTM, we always know, like, with the way they do business, they always want their guys, and Zim got brought over. It's not like KTM. Like, KTM obviously hired him, and, you know, because they have the final say. Like, just because Chase wanted to bring him, they either yes or no.
Yeah.
But it's not like KTM personally went out and found Zim.
Yes. Well, and the other thing is, too, is that whoever that guy was that was mechanicking for him last weekend.
Yeah, he's been there for a while.
He has been, and Michael made it very clear on Pulp on Monday. That dude is starting a family and was not looking to be a mechanic on the road.
Oh, yeah, I guarantee Chase has somebody different for outdoors.
He got his plane ticket, from what I understand, he got his plane ticket to go to the race and found out as he got to the airport, oh, by the way, you're going to be wrenching for Sexton. He didn't know. He just got told, hey, you're going to the race to mechanic. So
I will be super shocked if there's not a different person in play for outdoors.
Probably.
I don't know who it would be, but
I don't know either, but KTM probably has somebody in-house. But again, just wanted to make that correction because we did go and make some assumptions and put some things together last week with Sexton firing him, which apparently was not the case. So, apologies for that. There's just things that we know through the grapevine, through the backdoor channels.
Hopefully Zim lands on his feet.
There's lots of things I know that we aren't going to talk about today that I learned this week, which was interesting. So, with that being said, though, we can jump in. 450 race recap, brought to you by our friends at Gutter Worx. Always well hung, just like Justin Barsha and Cameron Sakadoo.
Poor Cameron McAdoo.
Poor Cam.
He's trying to make it to the last couple rounds outdoors.
Poor Cam.
Doubt it.
Yep. So, all right, and we'll jump right on here on that. So Jet gets the dub again. This is, I don't know. I don't even have anything to talk about now. We got 8 wins. I mean, I do think though there was a high probability he would have let Hunter win that race by like not passing him, but when Ando started to creep in a little bit, that was when all of a sudden it was like, sorry, bro, I got to go. Like, I'm not going to sit back here and deal with this.
It's not like Hunter rode poorly. I mean, after Jet got around him, like Hunter latched onto him. Like Hunter definitely made him work for it. It's not like just, Jet dropped him.
No.
So like, yeah, I don't mean.
I think Jet could have dropped him because he went around him very quickly there, and it was kind of one of those situations of like,
I mean, Hunter caught back. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. We always do this. Like, can Jett do this? Can Jett do that? Like, I don't know.
You don't think as fast he went around him and put that 2 seconds on him? And I know, yes. Then he stayed. They stayed within that 2 there. But you don't think that as fast as he did that he could have?
I mean, of course he could have
pulled a little
but
more.
The way that track was breaking down, what would have happened had he tried to drop him?
Yeah, I don't.
He could have risked hitting the ground. Like, that's just, I don't know, man. Like, it's kind of what we were talking about before we went on and started recording. Like, we continue to do this. Like, can he do this? Can he do that? Yeah, of course he can do that. Anybody can do anything at this level. But it's like, first off, is it worth it? And second off, okay, say he does try to go out and for whatever reason, like drop Hunter. Maybe he hits the ground. Maybe he doesn't hit the ground. Maybe he does that. I don't know. Like, maybe. Like, who knows? We'll never know. So it's kind of one of those things that's what's the point of even saying that or even talking about it, because he didn't do it. He didn't drop him. Hunter kept it close. Jett won. Like, that's all that really matters.
Yeah. Yep. And then Hunter gets second, and man, that was a great ride.
He's rounding into form. Like, whatever, he's definitely getting the shit figured out.
I said in the reaction show, I said, come outdoors, he's going to, wherever you kind of placed him this year, let's say a 4 to 8 guy or whatever here, come outdoors, he's all of a sudden like a 3 to 5 guy. Like, he's a podium threat, in my opinion, here, basically from the start of outdoors, the way he's rounded into form here.
You know what'll be interesting to me is that he's finally getting it figured out, which, from what, obviously, the things that we know, that we, reference sometimes, but like his issues behind the scenes is his medical issues.
Yep.
If they're getting that figured out, which I really hope they are, it's going to be very interesting if he gets all of that figured out on a consistent basis.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Is it Cole?
I guess he decided he wanted to be on the show.
It's all right, guys.
You're late.
Hey, baby, what are you wearing?
You're late. Khakis and a polo.
I know you guys are halfway through something.
We're here. We're definitely here. So
I know. I went to Redbud today, and the first practice was so shitty, I had to stay until the last one to get my money's worth.
Of course the first practice was shitty. It fucking stormed last night.
Indeed it did.
So yeah.
So I'm gonna finish my thought.
Go ahead.
We're talking about Hunter right now. So if Hunter does get this figured out, it's going to be very interesting come outdoors, because obviously he's not going to beat him for the title, and he's not going to, consistently do it. But let's not forget, the last time Hunter and Jett squared off outdoors was on 250s. It was a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. That was a different person for both of them. But obviously they both grown. Jett is Jett, and Hunter has 2 titles now. Very interesting to see if Hunter is one of those people that can step up and challenge Jett, because he's kind of really one of the few people that he can say, yeah, last time I raced Jett outdoors, I've beaten him before. Now, he's not going to beat him for a title. He's not going to do it consistently. But we always are talking about, in the days of the 450s and the days of Jett Lawrence, who can or cannot beat him, or who might dethrone him or do this. Like I said, Hunter's not going to dethrone him, and he's not going to beat him for a title. But you really have to start throwing Hunter's name into that mix of guys, which it's a small list of. Yeah, I could see him beating him a couple motos.
I mean, it's like he knows exactly what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, no shit. And apparently, and I don't know, I don't have a reason not to believe this, because I don't have anybody on the inside over there that fucking hangs out at the dog pound. But
who's your guy?
That's they keep telling us that this last night is what it looks like normally during the week when they're training, and everybody talks about Dylan, but yet somehow on the race weekend, like, Jett gets it figured out, and it just takes a little bit of time for Hunter to build. So if you want to believe that that's not bullshit, which once again, who are us to say? We're not hanging out at the dog pound and hanging out in Claremont, Florida, or wherever the fuck the dog pound is. If that's the case, Hunter just happens to harness it a few weekends. Why not? Why won't he be the guy that can beat Jett a few different times? Like, I mean, he's one. Like I said, he's one of the few guys you can go, yeah, I mean, I've beaten Jett before outdoors. It was 250s, and it was a couple years ago, but none of you other motherfuckers have. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think he can definitely figure it out for, a couple of them. I don't think it'll be consistent.
No.
I think the other big X factor is obviously his diet issues.
Yeah.
With as complicated and as hard as that is, I don't think he can be dialed 100% of the time.
No, I mean, and that's why I stand by, like, even if he does figure it out, it's not going to be consistent. It's not going to be for a title. But he can definitely go, yeah, I know what it takes to beat him. I mean, obviously, he's my brother, a little bro, and train together and all that kind of shit. But I just look at, like I said, the last time that they, were racing each other, and it wasn't a lot, obviously, but, Hunter's one of the few dudes that can say, yeah, I've beaten Jet outdoors, so.
Yeah, he's not flashy.
No.
Is it weird to say that he's very dungy-ish? Is that weird?
No.
That I don't think so.
Describes it a lot, actually.
I don't think so. I mean, the only thing that he has that Dunge didn't is he has a little bit more pit bull inside of him when you start getting underneath his skin. And we've seen that, last year, and we've seen it in the past.
I mean, like when he slapped Styles in the head?
Yeah. Or when he, teed off on Nate, or, when the Fortner thing. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that's a fair comparison in that sense of just the way they go about their business. That is very Dunge-esque. So, yeah, I can see that.
Okay. All right. Jason Anderson gets third there.
Just another podium.
Hey, one last thing on the Lawrence boys. Sorry to cut you off.
That's okay.
Did you listen to catch the thing on the broadcast where old boy was like, "There's no way he's gonna pass his brother. I know how this family operates. There's no way."
Oh,
and
yeah.
2 corners later, he passed him.
He was fine not passing him until Anderson started to get closer. And then as soon
Did you
as
catch that though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Which I don't think he passes. I think he lets Hunter get that win if they maintain whatever it was, 5 seconds or whatever in front of Ando. But as soon as Ando closed that down to like 2.5-ish, then Jet was like, "Yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here."
Yeah, I kind of thought he was going to let him win at the end too. He kept
So did I.
walking back, and he got close.
Yeah.
Yeah, part of me was like, oh, he's just going to lay up and let Hunter go around the outside before the finish. And I was like, wow.
No,
but whatever.
I think he's chasing records. He tied Reed's rookie year record.
Yeah.
Which is another wild thing.
Yeah,
I
I
totally
think
forgot about that. That Chad was that good as rookie year.
That was something else that was brought up. Cole, have you listened to the Clinton Fowler Gypsy Tales podcast yet?
Cole's gone.
Okay, good talk.
Wow.
All right.
That's
Well, that's going great. Okay. Anyway, well, moving on from that. So Ando got third there.
I mean, dude, coming on strong at the end of the year.
Coming
real
on
weird.
strong.
Real
Are you alive?
Oh, there
there
we
you
go.
are.
Hey, he's back. Hey, did you listen to the Clinton Fowler Gypsy Tales?
I haven't. No, I'm doing a lot of driving this week, so I'm probably gonna put that on the list.
He brings up that they do a lot of talking about kind of Jets rookie season stats here versus the other guys or whatever. Me and Justin were talking about it prior to starting the recording here, and some of the stuff he kind of points out and the pedigree he's got going on as far as stats go so far compared to the greats there, and he's basically right on track for it. Oh, there's Hunter blitzing a rhythm section.
Yeah, no shit.
So I don't know. It's just it's interesting when you talk about him chasing stats there because it's starting to get that way. So
Wow.
okay, all right, good comment. Anyway, Ando third. Anybody got anything fun for Ando now that this is the third time I've announced that he got third?
I mean, it'll be curious to see if he can do it in Salt Lake because we definitely know outdoors. We've talked about this is going to be.
He's better on the hardback.
Yeah, outdoors.
what he said.
Outdoors is still going to be.
Did you hear there's a rumor of a filling guy for that Cowie ride?
Oh, yeah, I thought we were going to talk about. Let's talk about that at the halftime.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, let's talk about that at the halftime.
I didn't put that in my thing here.
Yeah, don't.
Who is it?
Don't bring it up, Cole. So Cole doesn't know. We're going to talk about it at halftime.
Yeah.
Gives us something to talk about.
What is it?
Nope. Stop.
Nope.
Stop. Stop
Give me a
it.
hint.
Stop. We'll
Nope.
talk about it at halftime.
Is it your secret inside source that's been giving you all this
No.
information?
No.
Bud.
No.
No. Not at all.
Oh,
Not at
I
all.
was gonna say it was for Anderson then.
Oh, no.
No. All right. Moving on. Justin Barsha.
Oh.
Did you want to make a comment about Ando?
This is terrible. This is just hang up.
You're cutting in and out. Okay. Oh boy. And he's back. This is gonna take forever.
Yeah, I'm back. Hey, if I just shut up for a little while, don't worry about it. Keep doing your thing.
Okay. Do you want to make a comment about Hando before we move on?
Dry track, he's back.
Okay, great.
Yeah, okay.
Good analysis. Thank you there. That was worth waiting for. Barsha, on his TCD suspension, gets fourth.
Once again, man, we're getting late into the season. All of a sudden, he just decides to show up.
He got to get a contract for next year.
Does he really?
No,
Yeah.
how true is that? How true is that comment that you told me about his wife made him sign some kind of agreement that he?
I don't know what you're talking about. Is that
a? I don't really care about that.
Do you have an insider that told you that?
Is that a very reliable source?
It's a really reliable source.
Oh.
Like really reliable.
Okay.
Anyway,
Stupid, but whatever.
Somebody sent me that this week, and sounds like a divorce.
Yeah. It's
Anyway.
interesting. If that rumor is true, that's definitely an interesting thing there of
All I'll say is, if it is true,
he's got to get a contract.
I don't know why the hell he wouldn't think that would be some point, because she's not from here. She's from that part of the world. What do you think was going to happen?
I don't know. I wasn't going to talk about this.
I don't want to talk about it. We're not TMZ. Barsha. So, yeah, man, he's getting, it's...
Hey, you know that comment? Hit him with a brain.
The robot voice in the phone here is going great.
I'm already hating the show. All right, so Barsha, yeah. I honestly just hope he can carry this into, obviously, next weekend and then to outdoors, man, because, when this Barsha shows up, he's frisky.
He probably will ride well. He needs a contract.
We'll see how much longer he wants to do this.
A long time.
I don't think he ends up... dude, if he's going to keep going, I don't think it's going to be with an Austrian brand.
Depends. They going to let him keep that TCD suspension on there?
No way.
It's not labeled TCD.
Oh, they're keeping the TCD.
I was looking. There is no TCD labeling on it, but
He just looks like the same old. He looks like his old self. A lot more body language, just loading up on the front end. Dude, I don't know. That's the Barsha that everybody wants to see. And if he can still bring that guy out at this late in his career, it's another dude that you're like, yeah, maybe he can get some podiums outdoors. He could lead some laps. So I don't know. This is just where Justin is in his career. This is who he's been for a long time now.
yeah.
It's just a frustrating thing to see him just figure this out late in the year. And then you're like, oh, cool. You definitely could have got more podiums at the beginning. Granted, a lot of his issues have been bike, and they've been legitimate issues. Mm-hmm. But it's just funny to see just the difference where he just was shitting the sheets for 95% of the year, and now all of a sudden the last, 3 rounds?
So what happens, the KTM brand's not what it used to be.
Nope.
The entire thing.
It all went downhill when Marv left.
When Marv left, that was the end of it.
Yeah, that was the
end of an era. Cooper Webb gets pouty face, resting bitch face. What do we want to call it?
So apparently, though, this does make sense that he's been having an injury.
5th place. Okay. Holster Co. reload rant.
Oh my God! Are we gonna rant about the? Same
We're gonna
thing?
rant about the fucking injuries
Tell
here.
us about the injury.
Yeah.
Just not disclosing it.
Tell us about it.
Just fucking what the fuck? What the fuckity fuck is what I gotta say here.
Yeah.
Him and Tomac both. All of a sudden, oh, by the way, we have wrist injuries, guys.
Well, I
we
think
have
wasn't
wrist
Eli's.
injuries.
Wasn't Eli's though? He didn't get it in practice though. I thought Eli got it when he faced the triple.
Is that what it was? Because I heard about it before that.
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was during the day when
I thought they both came in saying, "Yeah, by the way, we've had wrist injuries."
Coop definitely. I thought Coop got it somehow in Nashville or Birmingham. Which if he got it at Birmingham,
I don't remember where they said Coops came from. But dude, Holster Co. rant. Can we just fucking come out and say, by the way, hurt my fucking wrist last week?
Man, I tell you what, Eli, he's just been struggling coming back from the Achilles, his fucking tib fib or whatever the hell it was.
Fucking ankle injury.
But Coop, we talked about this last week, and he even mentioned it. It happened in Nashville and Foxborough. Pumped up. Coop doesn't get arm pump. Coop never has dealt with cardio issues, getting arm pump, whatever. That would make a whole lot of sense now, and what I think everybody said is the UCL. It's whatever the joint is that connects the thumb area or whatever to the elbow or some shit. I don't know. I'm probably wrong.
I don't know. He's got resting pouty face.
But if that is the case, that would make a lot of sense of what happened last week and the last couple weekends. And if that is the case, which I'm not saying it's not, because clearly it's legit. I mean, doing this in practice and then
Can't
not
hold
even,
on. Yeah, can't get
and
his
then
helmet
even at the
off.
finish, like coming off and not like him just and going down the start straight or whatever. Well, he's not racing outdoors.
Nope. Not
But this
at
would make
all.
a whole lot of sense, which is a real fucking bummer because you start going, man, if that was his issue last weekend and he's been dealing with this for a few weeks now, like, what is his level been at?
Man, it'd be cool if we just fucking knew.
Yeah, well, I mean, whenever.
Be cool if we just fucking knew.
That makes sense. I heard that rumor where somebody was like, there's a top level 450 guy that's not going to race outdoors. So I imagine that's probably who it is.
Probably. Which, I mean, whatever. Like,
And then they just moved that budget over to Tomac. So Tomacs are allowed
Coop.
to race outdoors.
Yeah.
Coop Outdoors was going to be like a 6 to 10 guy anyway. So, like, it's one less guy, which is a bummer there, and it's Coop. But, I mean, I'm just looking at him going, if he's been dealing with this the last couple weeks, that would really make sense where all of a sudden he just goes from winning Foxborough to now we're just, in fifth, and then in Nashville we get dropped.
Hey, he did an interview, though. I do
So.
respect that.
He did interview with his pouty face.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I'd be pissed too. It's just a real, I don't know. It just last week makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah. So, Justin Cooper 6th. Did you see him playing the good teammate? Because he did not pass Coop.
No, I mean, he should. That's what, that's what he probably got paid to do.
Just like Hunter. This isn't my title. It's not my championship. I'm here to support Jet.
Nope. But Jake
Justin Cooper's doing the same
Hey, man,
thing.
you know what? If you keep wanting to get signed and keep wanting to get paid and get some of those bonus contracts, like, you be the good teammate when people are telling you what to do.
Great ride for him, though.
I mean, dude, this is where he's been great all season.
I mean,
This is just
you take
this is
away
Jake Coop.
take away Jet. Great rookie year.
He's the new Justin Brayton.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not as good looking.
No, because his head kinks to the left.
Back to the left.
No, man, we've been saying this. I mean, I don't think we could say anything that we haven't already said about Jake Coop. Like, he's had a great rookie season. I think he's going to even be better outdoors, and he's just going to get better. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think we've seen Jake Coop's full. Like, he hasn't reached his full potential yet.
No.
He's close.
No.
But I think you get to his full potential, and you start looking at a guy that, like, yeah, he's top 5 all the time.
Uh-huh. Yep. I think so too. Stu, 7th. Just would like to point out, he caught a 6-pound bass last week. No one was asking. No one cared. But I saw an interview, I think it was Swap, and he was like, I just want everybody to know, I caught a 6-pound bass this week. No one's asking me. No one cares. Everybody wants to talk moto shit. I caught a 6-pound bass.
All I want to talk about is that last lap of Q2 quali session where he was on one, and he was catching Jet, and then he just, front end pushes in the flat after the whoops.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy that was Heat Race Mookie showing up for a lap.
How about that? Was it the Heat or was it the what's it called? The main when he went to go around the outside.
Mach 10 around the outside.
That was Heat Race Mookie speed also.
Hey, man.
I mean, dude,
yeah.
you could hear that blow Ricky's wig back.
Ricky
in
was
the
like,
booth.
"Damn."
Ricky was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. No, man. I mean, Heat Race Mookie showed up a few times. It's just unfortunate that he, can't
Is he
get us-
gonna race outdoors?
No,
He says he is.
I don't see it.
Well, good thing they don't care about results.
Good. I love that we have just slowly put that in everybody's minds, and now people are just going to be like, because I even saw somebody comment from last week's show. They're like, best part is when everybody keeps saying they just don't give a shit about results.
Just don't care about
Just
results.
Don't fucking care. Well, Casey
just
Cochran's on
just
the
Husky,
team,
so.
just Husky.
Yeah.
Poor Nate Ramsey.
So, anybody else got anything else on Mookie?
No.
Okay. Sexton
No,
8th.
a little bit of a flasher he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's, once again, you talk about where guys are at in their career. Like, we're going to see it. We'll see it every now and then. But don't expect it consistently because Mookie's not there anymore.
He might get back there next year.
Not on that Husky.
If he stays healthy, maybe.
Put that man on a Triumph.
I don't know. We'll see. Sexton 8th.
I say get the hell away from that bike. But
I agree.
Dude.
Chase
what-
was so
Go to Sexton.
fast.
What
yesterday.
a fucking race by that guy.
So, I mean,
That
2023
was
Honda Chase showed up.
Impressive.
He
It
was
was.
so-
They put the Honda. I think they put the Honda suspension settings on that bike.
must have man and changed the frame and just painted it orange because holy shit.
Oh, he was back. The front end was tucking.
I mean, dude, look, Cole's not wrong, dude. Cole's not wrong.
Tucking that front end. Tuck
Dude,
that front end,
I
son.
mean, he's been building since Indy, but yesterday, I think, and they were talking about it, That was the first time where I was like, oh.
Where we've seen that.
I was like, this is the Chase that we expected to beat Jet and battle with Jet all the time, because I'm here to tell you, Chase was on one yesterday.
I mean, bro, he was last in that first corner, and by 7 minutes in, he was battling into the top 10.
Had he not tucked the front, where do you think he ends up? I think he catches Anderson.
Probably. He's probably third.
Yeah.
To be
what
honest.
were you going to say, Cole?
Good talk.
Good talk. Cole?
Cole.
Cole?
Cole.
Cole?
Cole.
All right, anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah, third. Dude, he was on one, man. He was on one. And I mean, in time practice, like going back and forth with Jet. Like, dude, that second session was ridiculous.
Yeah. That
So,
was intense.
yeah, man. I mean, here's the thing. If that Chase, we can bring that into outdoors, we're looking at like, okay, we're going to have a good outdoor season.
Yep.
Because, I mean, dude, he looked frisky. He looked like the old Chase. But not a lot of tuck in the front like old Chase. He just looked confident.
So what happens when you put that Showa stuff back on. All right. Moving on. Dylan, 9th from LCQ to top 10. Okay.
I mean, more track time, man.
More track time.
More track time.
Just make it through next week.
Yeah, I know. Have you also heard the rumor? Well, it's a rumor, and I think Michael Lindsay might have talked about it on the Pulp Show, but this has been like a few weeks now. That Firepower and Phoenix are kind of up in the air as to what's going to happen next year. Yeah.
Yep. Well, everybody's leaving.
That's a bummer, actually.
I mean, it is a bummer, but
I mean, yeah, because I mean, Firepower, it's going to be hard because Dylan's going to Husky.
yeah.
Max is going to Star, and Dino's done. So, I mean, in Phoenix, I don't know what the fuck's going on over there.
Yeah. You think the break-in was an inside job?
No.
No.
Not at all.
You think J-Law coordinated it?
Oh, my
No.
God. Whatever.
I
No.
think J-Law coordinated it.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, Tomac 10th, and Tomac's my Pro Flo Racing mini moment of the race
Okay.
because I think he was destined to podium that race until he pushed that front end.
Then he's
When-
like, no mas.
When he pushed that front end, he quit.
Are we going
It
to...
was a very, very weird night for Tomac, and I don't know if the whole Achilles thing was playing into his mind. I mean, it had to have been, but you don't see him tuck the front end in practice. You don't see him case the triple like that, and you don't see him tuck the front end in a main. When's the last time you've seen him do that?
Yeah, that triple thing was super weird because, man, that was not like, hey, I came up a little short. That was like, oh, fuck, what am I doing here? I lost track of what jump I was going off of.
I honestly believe that for the last few weekends, when, like I said, 15-minute mark, he's done. I think that he's... I think we get so far into these mains or into these races, and if he's not moving forward, he's just like, I'm done. Like, I'm out. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing to see Eli just kind of like give up. But
This is a very Tomac ride.
I mean, on his bad day, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
This is a very
When Tomac's off, like he's off.
This is a very 2016-ish Eli Tomac ride.
He was 48 seconds behind Jet.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
It did. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say you're right. Like when he tucked the front, he was just like, "Fuck it, I don't care."
Pro Flow mini moment of the race.
It was weird.
Yep.
What was that weird race where he threw the title away? It was oddly reminiscent
East
of that,
Rutherford.
where he tucked the front end,
Oh,
and then he cased the triple all weird in that
Yeah.
race too.
East Rutherford 2017.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exact same race, pretty much.
After he literally the week before went from dead last, caught Dunge for first.
Wasn't that like Salt Lake City or something
Yeah,
like that? Yeah.
Salt Lake City caught Dunge for first, and then just proceeded to put like 20 seconds on him from last. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like one of the wildest fucking races I've ever watched in my life. So yeah,
Yep. Diener the Wiener, 11th.
shocking. Just
That-
another
which
11th.
Actually, it's funny. Mitchell Oldenburg, 12th. Colt Nichols, 13th. Anybody got anything?
Maybe doing a little better on the beta.
Maybe.
Yeah, too bad we're not going outdoors.
Well,
to get more
we'll
seat
get to
time.
that in the halftime report. Freddie, 14th. AC, 15th. Vince Freeze.
Happy to be here.
AC though, man, it's just a bummer to when you start thinking about the fact is next week is the last time we'll ever see him line up in a Supercross or
Happy to be here.
just happy to be here.
Vince Free 16th.
In the booth.
Go ahead. Justin Hill 17th.
No one cares.
Shane McElrath 18th.
His starts have been pretty on point
Better,
the last couple
yeah.
weeks, man.
Cade
Top
Clayson.
5 guy.
What?
What?
Shane McElrath, top 5 guy.
Yeah,
In the mud.
in the mud. Cade Clayson 19th. Jeremy Hand 20th. Jerry Robin 21st. And Mitchell Harrison 22nd.
He's running top. I think he was running like 15th for a while. I don't know what
Yeah.
happened to him.
Yeah.
Apparently
After the LC2 challenge paycheck, I probably won't even have lined up the next night.
No, but apparently that team is, they got their shit set that they are going back up to Canada. Him and Tonti are riding the 450, and then Yoder's going to be on the 250F.
Sweet. All right, that's been your that's been your 450 race recap brought to you by our friends at Gutterworks. Cole, how many people? Was it busy at Redbud today or what?
Honestly, yeah, it was. I don't know. I guess a normal weekend. There were some Loretta Lynn qualifiers at Valley. BCMC had a race.
Yep.
So all your racer guys were definitely racing. And then obviously you had some of your local guys that are going to try to qualify this year. They're putting some laps in.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of those guys. I mean, maybe one or two, but I mean, other than that, pretty normal Redbud. First practice sucked balls. Second one sucked a little bit of balls. In the third and fourth, I felt great.
Okay. You want to do? We're gonna do a test for a certain new sponsor here. We were gonna do it this Thursday, but it's
I've
supposed.
been hearing about this test for a while.
Well, we're really trying to lock in a day here. We were gonna do it this Thursday, but now it's supposed to rain on Thursday. But maybe next Thursday, the 16th. You in or you out? Need to know right now.
So listen, I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer here.
Here we go.
This product, I don't know if I'll be able to tell a difference.
We're gonna find out. We have a way.
So we're gonna find out.
So yes, we have an actual statistical way we're gonna be able to find out
Well, hey, I'm in then.
with this
I'm in.
test. So they're gonna be there.
Can I bring my GoPro?
They're gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. I got the kid down the street's gonna be there. We're doing the test.
Well, fucking sign me up. Depends on when it is.
Thursday the 16th is what I'm looking at right now.
Thursday the 16th of this month.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in. I'll put it on the calendar.
Okay.
Where at?
Battle Creek.
Oh, even better. I'm in. I'm no longer a member. I can't ride out there.
That's okay. We know some people, several people. They apparently think I'm kind of cool, so that's great. They're like, we can get in whenever. I was like, great, cool. Did you decide on an outdoor race that you're doing?
I like Millville, so maybe I'll do Millville unless I go to Millville. I want to attend something other than fucking Redbud this year. I'm sick of Redbud. You guys feel that way?
This ass hat. We go to Crawfordsville
Every year.
and you just
I know. I've never been to Crawfordsville. I'm going this year. But Redbud, I don't know, dude. Last year was like a real eye-opening moment to me where I was like, fuck this. It's hot. It's miserable. I got in the truck and drove home after the first moto.
Yeah.
And I was watching in the AC with my feet kicked up for the second moto. And it was great.
I will tell you this. I haven't talked to Ashley yet. I got to sit down with the financial consultant here to try to figure out if we are, because the only way I'm going to Redbud is if I have VIP tickets. If I don't have VIP tickets, I'm the same way as you. It's hot. It's miserable. Lugging the cooler there. I might as well just stay home and watch it. The coverage is good enough now. I might as well just stay home and watch it. Like, I love being there, but if I don't have that certain stuff, aka VIP tickets, where it's like, okay, lunch is provided for me, I can get drinks when I need it, I have a spot, it's not as much fun for me anymore.
you guys make me laugh.
I mean, it's a close enough venue for me to where I gotta go there because I just love the sport and love watching those guys ride so much because, like, how those guys hit the ruts and hit the bumps and how fast they're going and the sound, the smell, all of the above. You can't get that experience on just watching it on TV. So I love that shit. But then when it starts getting hot and miserable, I don't love that shit.
Maybe
You guys make me laugh so much.
Let me.
Go for like qualifying practice, like watch that shit.
I was just about to
and
say,
I'm out.
maybe I'll go. I'll stay through the LCQs if I'm like, you know what, we're gonna save money. We're not gonna spend all these hundreds of dollars on VIP tickets. Maybe I'll watch through the LCQs and then I'll go home and watch the motos.
Yeah, and then you can go to you can live stream it.
Yeah, there we go.
You guys make me laugh.
There we go.
Like, hey, I was just there an hour ago.
Yeah.
That bump is gnarly.
You guys make me fucking laugh. Such squids.
We sound like old men.
Sounds
We're not
pathetic.
diehards
It sounds pathetic to me. Oh, it's hot. It's hot. Shut
It
up.
is hot. I
Who
don't
gives
like
a
to. I
shit?
don't like to be around people that
That's
much.
the funniest thing. Oh my god.
It is fucking hot, dude.
COVID Redbud was the best because we didn't have to deal with all the fucking drunk idiots that were just there for the B-lot.
This is also true.
Man,
This
I'm not gonna go. I'll go in on a rant and start roasting you both for that shit. I'm not gonna go that far.
I'm not really concerned about it.
What,
It makes you guys
B-lot?
look like a bunch of pussies.
I know my truth.
You guys look like a bunch of pussies.
I guess.
All
I
right,
don't-
pussy, saddle up. Let's go to Washougal.
Bro, if I can get off work, I'll fucking go to any one of these
Let's
national.
settle up. Let's go 3,000
Yeah.
fucking miles away.
I'll fucking drive every 3,000 miles too, bro.
Holy
Give me that shit.
That was awesome.
We ain't driving, motherfucker. We're flying.
Let's go, bro. It's one of the few nationals I haven't been to. Let's fucking go. Keep talking shit.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go, bro. Give me that shit.
This is hilarious because you know what this is going to be? I'll go if you go. Well, I'll go if you go. Well, I'll go if you go. So we're watching this on the couch.
Giddy up.
Look, bro. Hey, I've said this for years. Washougal is one of the very few nationals that I have not been to. That I've been lucky. I've not been out to that one because obviously it is the farthest trek for somebody that lives in Michigan. I mean, the California ones.
Is
but
it farther than Paula?
I don't know. I'd have to look at the map. It's pretty far away.
We'll look that up after this.
I'd love to go, man. I'd love to go. If I can get off work, I would definitely go. I have no fucking problem. See, that's the thing. You can't scare me into like, oh, let's fucking go. No, if I can get off work, I will go.
You know where? You know what?
Oh, well, giddy up. You better hit the PTO list.
This guy keeps talking all this shit, but I guarantee we'd get down to it and be like, I can't go. I can't go.
No, I'm in. I'm going.
Sure, pal. Sure you are.
I'm going to Vegas SMX, too.
Well, you're probably going to that one, but you kind of got a hookup on that one. I've been trying to get Travis to go to fucking Unadilla, and he's like, I don't want to go to Unadilla.
I don't want to go to Unadilla. It's out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
It's motocross, bro. It's fucking moto.
It's not my thing.
God,
I've been on this.
saddle up.
I have been on this rant since the beginning of like I'm a
Yeah,
Supercross
saddle
guy.
up.
No, whoa, hey, whoa. I am not the enemy here, okay? I have said from the beginning, I am a Supercross guy. I
You
want to
guys just
fly
make me
in.
laugh.
I want to stay at my hotel right next to the stadium. I want to go to the stadium on Saturday. I want to
Look.
fly out on Sunday.
I totally understand where you're coming from, especially because the coverage is so good nowadays. And you can do it from the comfort of your own home. You can pause, whatever, get up, go to the bathroom, get some food. I do not have an issue with the things that you're saying because a lot of people are that way. I just laugh when I hear the comments that are coming out of your guys' mouth about it's hot, this and that. That just shows what this has come to in this sport
Bro,
on
look,
every level.
Here's the big thing
just
with
makes me
Here's
laugh.
the big
No,
thing with
look, all right. So the hot thing is a little bit of a cop-out for me.
It is a cop-out. You fucking went to
No, it's
Loretta.
not.
You've been
I
it is.
don't want to fucking
part of
stand
moto.
there in 100-degree weather and watch that.
That's part of
I
motocross,
don't.
man. That's part of
I
motocross.
don't. Look, here's
Maybe
the
it's because you guys were avoiding me all day. I had nobody to watch the race with.
Look, man, you
we were in the same fucking spot all day.
Were you at Loretta's back in the mid 2000s, like 07, 08, 09?
Because Bat was back when men were men and women were glad they were.
No, you want to talk about a hot race? 2007 Loretta's. You haven't been to a hot race until you were to that one.
2019
How
Redbud
hot were the
fucking
guys
sucked.
there?
Not even close. How hot did it get?
No, how hot were the guys there?
Pretty hot.
Hot guys there?
Pretty hot, bro. Pretty hot. Well, I watched Trey Kennard pass out on the podium 5 out of 6 motos after winning them. It was like 120
looking
degrees with 95% humidity every day.
So he was looking hot.
Yeah, it was looking good, man. Looking good for a nice Christian boy from Oklahoma.
Yeah, looking hot.
Look, man, I laugh when I hear that comment because I'm like, it's fucking motocross, bro. Like, that's what it is. You're out in the middle of a field. It's outside. It's summertime. Like, that's That's the whole point. So you're not going to convince me otherwise that comment's not.
Look, man,
it sounds very Gen Z of us.
It does. And does.
Look, my thing is like, okay, cool. If I don't have the VIP area, I got to lug chairs and a fucking cooler all the way in there because, like, I can't stand out there fucking 100-degree weather all day without drinking anything. And then I got to put them there. But, for qualifying, I'm going to go around and try to film. So, okay, so now I got to hope that nobody takes my fucking spot because otherwise now I got to have a confrontation when I come back. I just don't want to fucking deal with it. That's the thing. Like that's really the whole logistics of it, and which is where VIP tickets come in.
Switch up your spot.
What?
You need to switch up your spot. I watch on the other side of T1 in the shade, and it was pretty. Oh, I got the hiccups. Pretty nice.
Oh, over there, up on the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was dialed.
I don't know, man. The comment just
the
makes
other side, everybody was sweating their nuts off. They were straight in the sun.
Yeah.
These comments just make me laugh.
I don't know, man. Like I said,
Sounds pretty sad
outdoors
to me.
is one of those things that, like, I enjoy it, but it's never been like my, oh my god, I gotta fucking do it thing. And that the older I get, the more I'm like, I'm here all day to watch this. I could be in air conditioning, just eating my snacks and hanging out. Like, hey, you want to get wasted? Yeah, on my fucking couch while I watch the race.
Even when I did the whole B-lot thing, like, yeah, it went hard at night for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, during the day, I didn't need to drink or do anything like that. Like, I love watching dirt bikes so much, I don't need any of that bullshit.
I do, too.
I'm good. I'm good on the drinking thing.
Yeah, well, fuck, me and Justin haven't drank there in
Never going to happen again.
A lot of years here.
Not going to happen.
Not unless we're camping.
Apparently, if you're not going this year, the person...
warm-ass Bush Light.
Apparently, if you're not going this year, the person that I'm probably going to end up going with, even that person drinks quite a bit, and I'm still not fucking drinking.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going or not. That decision hasn't been made.
Well, you went from like, oh, we're going to camp down there to now apparently you don't even want to go.
I'm financially trying to be more responsible, okay?
I have no problem with that, but you even said, like, even before...
I understand.
Yeah.
I know we were...
Look, motherfuckers, I'll split an Airbnb with you in downtown Buchanan, and then when we want to leave and shower and sit in the AC for 30 minutes, we can go into Buchanan and then come back.
Nah, I'm out on that, too.
How about that program?
Nah, I'm out on that, too.
Shit just makes me laugh.
I'm out on the Airbnb in Buchanan. I'm just gonna
Look, man, I'll be there either way.
I don't know. I'm undecided.
I'll probably be there at some point, too.
I'll be there either way. More than likely the whole week.
It's more than likely I'll be there, but I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
I'm talking a big game right now.
Well, speaking of Redbud and open riding, I got a little bit of a rant.
Okay, well, hold on. Then let's get into our Complete Racing Solutions halftime report. Brought to you by our friends at Complete Racing Solutions. Make sure to check them out, CompleteRacingSolutions.com. Link in the description down below. And this is going to be your Holster Co. Reload Rant segment.
I almost can guarantee I know where he's about to go with this.
Link in the description for Holster Co. for all your things that go bang, bang, boom, boom. Okay, go ahead. Rant away, Cole.
I know where he's going to go.
Let's play Guess Who. What am I going to rant about, Justin?
Fuck.
Does it have to do with actually what happened at Redbud today?
No, what happened at Redbud today?
No, I thought you were about to say, talking about Redbud, I'm about to go on a rant.
No, it's something that it triggered me, but it goes along with any practice day, open ride.
Yeah. Okay, that's where I was going with it. That's where I mean by, did it have to do with something at Redbud? Does it have to do with the fact of them putting 9,000 people out in one practice?
No.
Damn.
No. 2 C groups.
Nice.
AB third, minis, and then vets.
They had minis behind AB?
Yeah, so here's my deal.
That's weird.
Why doesn't AB go first? Why doesn't AB, the experienced guys, go out and cut the lines in? Instead,
did they leave the track after?
Everybody's sending C out. You go to Martin, you go to Log Road, you go anywhere, and they send C practice out first. And no disrespect to the C guys, but when you're going around a corner, they make it a 3-point turn instead of a nice long arc. This
is actually been a topic of conversation, especially in the South right now, with open rides about who should go first and who shouldn't. And a lot of it, what's up?
A, B, C.
Well,
A, B, and C.
a lot of guys are on your train of thought and they agree with you, but then you get a lot of these national dudes that don't want to go out first when the track's a highway. There's a lot of guys that will go, we'll pay if you want to just put us in our own group, because obviously you go down south, you go to Georgia, Florida, you get you on a practice day, you'll get enough privateers there or dudes that are riding nationals where they could have their own group. And they've even gone to the track owners. What's up?
The practice facility kids are bitching?
No. no.
I was going to say, them motherfuckers get a groom track every morning.
No. Like a bunch of random, like regular privateers that are going to an open ride or a practice day, whatever you want to call it. A lot of them will go to the track owners or who's ever running the dozer that day, and they'll go, we'll pay if you can put us in our own group, and we'll just go last. We don't care how chopped out the track is, how deep the ruts are, how bad the G-outs are. They just want to mimic what the National's going to look like. But you do get the majority of people that are on your train of thought. Why the fuck are we putting the C dudes out there that literally go outside to inside, and then at the apex they go back at the outside, and then at the exiting they go pivot back to the inside? So it's literally a fucking zigzag figure eight crisscross rut. Yeah. So you get both sides of that.
I'm offended.
I don't think you do that.
Newsflash to these privateer guys that want, a rough track.
Yeah.
Half of those privateer guys are probably barely making the cut anyway. Second, they're probably in the C practice on a fucking shitty-ass fresh track anyway, so maybe they should practice and putting a hot lap in on a shitty fresh track.
Well, I mean,
no line.
That's the thing is you get a lot of people with a lot of different angles of this. And it's just issue.
Well, it sounds like the people bitching don't even qualify. So
I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe
if they want to qualify, they're the first people out on the track at a pro national anyway. So fucking get used to it.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that. I've heard the argument for a long time. There's a lot of dudes that back in the day, guys that would come out of the A group that were like 25th to 30th, and then they would go run back when pro-ams were worth the shit. Like this for specifically this one kid Justin Freund out of I think he was out of Illinois. He would always ride the pro-ams the next day, and he would get like 5th or 6th, and people were like, oh, like Justin Freund's not that good. But then you look at the National the day before, and he was getting like 25th, and people couldn't really put 2 and 2 together. And I remember him just specifically saying, he goes, yeah, I don't get paid to ride a fucking freeway. He goes, I can't go Mach 9 110% when the track's smooth as a fucking highway. Like, where I'm best is when fucking the ruts are 3 feet deep all the way from the entering of the corner to the face.
And you can use them for braking.
Yeah, he's like, I don't
braking and all that.
Yeah, so you get a lot. I don't know. You just get a lot of dudes that have lived different perspectives on all this. But I mean, a lot of people would agree with what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm a guy trying to qualify for pro right now, I guess maybe at least my caliper or local caliper guys around here that barely make the cut anyway, or even close to making the cut. They're sending you out on a freeway track anyway.
Yeah, you should probably go.
Figure out your sprint speed, get one lap in before you start going out and pounding out 30-minute motos. That's what I laugh about. All these guys are like, oh yeah, we're gonna go pound out 30s. We're gonna be badass 30-minute moto guys. 30-minute motos don't get you in the show, boys.
Yeah, you should probably, if you're going to go to an open ride anywhere and you're doing nationals, you literally should learn to do a start and get your heart rate up right away and just go out and sprint when the track is fresh and, just get comfortable with doing that. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable right away.
Yeah, and then once you make the cut, then start working on your 30-minute fitness or something. I don't fucking
And then when you're done with that, you let everybody go and you learn how to have good race IQ and work your way through the pack.
Maybe that's why I'm a local B rider.
Probably.
I'm offended.
Why?
You're talking all that shit about us C-class guys.
Travis, I've watched you ride enough now. You don't do any of the things I just said. You may be a C rider and slow, but you don't fucking zigzag through the corner.
Well, thank you. Now I feel better.
Okay.
I'm less offended now.
The only shit I will give you
is
you're not tripling in a Supercross section.
You don't got balls till you go on-off.
Not yet, so check this out.
Tell everybody about your ankle on your Supercross jump that you built.
God. Worked well. Worked really well. I went and checked out another Supercross track the other night.
Whose?
I heard.
Huh?
I read about it.
Did I send a text?
I wasn't in it.
Some older gentleman said, "Get the fuck off my property."
Yep. Oh, yeah, because you can see, yeah, because you're in, what's it called? The Instagram. Yeah, I went and checked out Shurin's track the other night.
Oh.
Because he's getting it back in shape. And I saw he
Cool.
was, so I was out cycling, and I was like, I'll swing through there. Well, I swung through there on my bicycle, and as I turn around to come back out, because it's in the back cornfield, right, this fucking mule's coming at me. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. So he comes up.
Yeah, Kawasaki, baby.
And no, it wasn't that. It was an old one. But I don't think it was actual
yeah,
meat.
still a Kawasaki.
I don't know if it was actually like a Kawasaki or not. I didn't think about that. I don't know. Anyway, but he came up and I just immediately set the tone. I was like, "Hey man, how's it going?" And he's like, "Get me out here." And I was like, "Sorry, like I don't know. Like he said it was cool, whatever." And he was like, "We can't. Yeah, we have problems with hunters." Blah. I was like, "I'm not out here to hunt, man. I'm here to look at dirt jumps.
Yeah,
like that's it." And he's like, "Well, you can't ride." I was like, "Bro, I'm not out here to ride. I'm on my bicycle. Like, I'm just checking out the dirt jumps." And after a couple minutes, like, he kind of realized, like, oh,
yeah.
you just know Noah and Jamie there or whatever. Yeah. And, like, obviously, he kind of figured out, like, I kind of knew what was going on. He still wasn't happy. He basically gave me the, next time, just stop at the house and say hi first. Okay. No problem, sir.
Fun.
So it's cool, man.
Yeah.
But it looks really good out there. He's got that thing almost all together now. So
well, it should. They've spent a lot of money.
I kind of like to rip it.
Dude, I mean, me too. I told him next time he was out there to let me know, and I would swing through when I wasn't getting chased out and really get a good look at it. But no, it's I mean, it's cool that you're just in the back of this random cornfield in Portage, Michigan, and here's a Supercross track. Mm-hmm. So. Okay, so continuing on here. Oh, yeah, we're back to Holster Co. Reload rant. So, my rant. Fucking flat turns. Before and after the fucking whoop section. Like, can we put a fucking bowl turn in? Can we not put the whoop section in the middle of the fucking track where there are no fucking bowl turns? Like, it's so boring.
Yeah, the whoops.
I put a 90 into it, too.
Yeah, like...
That doesn't bother as much, but the flat corner after the whoops, just because of how you have to set up for it, you're thinking, and we saw it plenty of times last night, even guys with rhythming through.
You can't carry speed through, like a huge passing point is after the whoops in a bowl turn.
It's too, even when you set up the end of the whoops like they did where the last one leveled off, and even if you were just banging through them,
it's stupid.
You could skip across and land on flat, and then kind of just break right as you drop in. And I mean, Coop, and they had the right idea. They started going on into the fluff, and even though you wouldn't normally want to go into loose to hard because you just sit there and spin.
Yeah.
It was better than trying to tiptoe through the inside where you had no momentum, and then you had to angle out of the corner. And they got a nice berm going, but then obviously down start straight, it's going to get blown out. So I don't have a problem with the 9, even though it doesn't make for great passing. The flat 180s after whoops, it's stupid just because it makes these dudes, even if they're rhythming through, it makes you analyze the whoops and focus so much on setting up for the right-hander instead of actually getting a good drive through the whoops that it just, you can see these guys every lap. Yeah, man, we're just going to try to, we're literally just trying to make the corner. You're not even with the guys that were blitzing through them, like you could see them fucking, what was it, RJ, and I don't know why the fuck he was going through in fourth. Jesus Christ. Halfway in, he's already double downshifting to second because he's already trying to set up with like 7 whoops to go for the right-hander. It's like, dude, in a normal situation like that, you'd already know where you're going to plant the bike outside of getting sketch, but you wouldn't be solely focused on it literally from the entering of the whoop section. You'd start getting halfway in and start like, okay, now I'm going to really start transitioning my body and setting up for it. Well, you got fucking dudes that are already worried about hitting that corner before they even get through the whoop section.
It's stupid. I don't understand it. Like, this is literally 3 weeks in a row we've had a fucking whoop section with a flat corner after
you can date back to Indy, too.
It's
Indy
fucking dumb. It's fucking dumb.
I don't really understand it, but it's just...
Yeah, tracks have been a little...
Stupid?
Sucked. They've sucked. Plain and simple. And I like the Dirt Works guys. I like Alex. I like Ross. I like Corey. I like all those guys. But these designs this year have fucking sucked.
Yeah, I mean... That's just where we're getting to the point that there's nothing that they can do anymore that's going to really make these guys think.
Look, here's the thing. If Feld's got all these statistics for 9 whoops and dragons backs and that kind of shit, we got to have statistics for which tracks created the best racing and what kind of things create the best racing, the most passes, that kind of stuff. So there has to be that statistic out there then too if they have all this other info. Okay, let's put that to use here and build some tracks that allow for better racing.
Yeah.
So, Holster Co. Reload rant there. Okay, moving on. touching on your point there with the beta team, they are doing select outdoor rounds. I don't know what
with
select.
Colt?
I think
Benny's.
I don't know.
He's going to be out for a while.
Benny.
Benny.
I think it depends on
What happened to Benny?
He got hurt. He wasn't there this weekend.
I didn't pay
He got
attention.
hurt. He got hurt during the week.
Hit up Tevin for an update.
What'd you say?
I said hit up Tevin for an update.
Yeah, hit up Tevin.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Benny got hurt. He got hurt early in the week yeah. I think
No
it was
idea.
this week, yeah.
Didn't know. But they are doing select outdoor rounds.
We'll
I don't
see.
know what
Well,
that
good.
means exactly. And then supposedly, I think next year they're going full-time outdoors is what I heard. But
I think they're expanding on how many guys on that team, too.
maybe, hopefully. All right. I'll let you guys pick here. You guys want to talk World Supercross?
We're
You
gonna
want to
talk
do
about all the points?
You want to do? We're going to.
Okay.
We'll just go with what you want to do next. World Supercross. You want to do TLR tinfoil hat, or you want to talk silly season stuff?
Let's talk about World Supercross first and
Okay.
how it's probably not going to happen.
Nope.
Let's go in order. Worlds, whatever, silly season.
Okay, let me actually walk the back. Not happen. The fact that nobody gives a shit anymore. I'm going to change that up. It's still going to happen, obviously, because I have a schedule.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit anymore.
5 rounds. Starts in October. That's not the fun. That's not the fun stuff to talk
Did one
about.
of the dudes
though.
leave?
Adam Bailey got fired.
They fired him.
They fired him. That was they put it out there as a mutually exclusive thing. That's not the case. He got canned.
Yeah, they probably won't come back after this year.
The super interesting thing is that the branding was stripped off of all of like the social things
Yeah.
like Facebook and Instagram because we think that he owned it. So that's interesting there and creates a bit of an interesting situation there as far as what they're going to do. Supposedly there's another guy in place already to take over his position. And I know why he got fired. I've heard that. I don't really want to put it out, but I do know he got fired.
Well, I'd hope they'd find somebody. You got 2 billionaires running the fucking thing.
Yeah, so, which is interesting. I'll be interested to kind of get some more information here as it trickles out because, like I said, knowing why he got fired, and I'll tell you guys off air, I'd be interested to kind of know some more details regarding that. But it is interesting because this is the second person within a month here that we've heard get a mutually exclusive, whatever little
So
fair.
are the big money backers not satisfied with the return on their investment?
I'll
people out?
I'll tell you off air. I'll text it to the group chat here after we get done. Yeah, there was a thing. But I do laugh because everybody tiptoes around shit so much, just like this. Like, oh, he's decided to leave. No, he got fucking fired. Okay, same thing with Lil Red Dog. Lil Red Dog and Triumph didn't split mutually. Lil Red Dog got shit canned.
Yeah.
Again,
By some
not
shit-
something
well, some shady shit.
not something I'm going to
Nope.
say out loud.
No.
But I now have it from 2 sources that he got shit canned, and the last source I got it from was a direct Triumph source. Told me, yeah, he didn't fuck it. This was a mutual split. He got shit canned. So. Super interesting stuff there. Again, this is part of some of the I just wish the industry would fucking say some shit sometimes. Like instead of
did they can him because he's more worried about Instabangers?
No,
nope, nothing to do. Nope, we won't. Yep, just some shady stuff.
But let's talk about WSX though. Yeah, okay. So yes, still happening. Changing things around. I'm at this point that I don't think anybody gives a shit anymore.
I'm very confused by it. So from what I understand, the teams had a 5-year contract they signed when they signed with World Supercross here, right?
Yeah.
But then I'm hearing behind the scenes that like there was stuff like they didn't get paid and things, and now I'm hearing that the teams are suing and all this kind of crap like that. So the fact that they're still pushing ahead, like, hey, we're gonna have a schedule and we're gonna have 5 rounds and whatever, it's like, with who? So I'm very confused. I'll be interested to see how it all kind of shakes out by the time we're done here.
A bunch of dudes that nobody gives a shit about.
And again, here's the thing, though. These billionaires definitely have enough money to probably get this all settled up, per se.
I say the series goes away after next year.
I don't know. It's weird. It might. And that will lead us into our TLR tinfoil hat segment. So I heard on, I believe it was Pulp this week, The SMX is going global in 2026.
SMX?
SMX.
As far as like the Supercross portion of it?
Because they're gonna add in that they're adding in the MXGP AMA round thing, and then those guys are gonna be eligible for SMX or something.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
No, you're wrong. This is now a very serious
They've been talking
thing.
about this for 5 years.
No.
Well, this is why Luongo was with Coombs.
This is not.
weeks ago.
This isn't a light rumor anymore. This is we're signing on dotted lines now situation of there is going to be a combined round here in the next year or two.
What is it? I don't know who always says this. I'll believe it when I see it. Because they've been saying this not in the sense of the SMX thing.
I mean, I'm with you. Like, we've been hearing this now for years, but
it's kind of like you say with RJ. I gotta wait until the checkered flag happens. I gotta wait until I see it in front of me and it fucking says AMA, MXGP. I really hope you're right because you know how much of a GP homer I am.
Yeah.
But until it happens,
that's not so. So the combined round I've heard is a thing, but I've also heard. But my understanding from the way they were talking on Monday, and again, I believe it was Pulp because I believe it was Michael
probably,
and
'cause
Steve were talking about it.
This, yeah.
Was that they were very specific with SMX.
Yeah.
So I believe we are going to have an actual SMX round, not in the United States.
I mean, that'd be cool.
I mean, I think it'd be great.
You just got to find a place to put it.
I think it'd be great.
Because if you're trying to do it like what we're doing SMX, like the track designs,
Yeah.
they're going to have to find a place and build it because there's nothing over in Europe or anywhere, like you can go to Australia, Asia, whatever, that mirrors the stuff that we have over here. Of
Oh,
what
you need
an
a
SMX.
racetrack.
No, if they're going to try to keep it Supercross like we have the dragways.
Yeah.
We obviously have the ovals.
Yeah.
We have this where we can do a hybrid. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is that over in Europe, in Asia, and Australia, stuff like drag strips exist,
Yeah.
but you're not going to find places like NASCAR doesn't exist over there.
No,
You're gonna have to.
You would do it like they do. What's the GP there? And
What?
where was the one that they used to build on the racetrack?
Assen?
Yes.
So you're going to do a fucking
it's
full-blown
gonna be a
sand
Honda
sand
know.
hybrid?
I don't know.
Good luck to our guys in that case.
I'm just saying that's what you need.
I hope-
That's what
I
you need
hope-
is a track like that. That's all you need.
But
so.
there's just my point is there's just not a lot of places over there as like what we have over here. So if it happens, obviously that's not going to deter them. They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm just very curious of what that would look like.
I am too. I'm curious of like where the hell are you going to go?
Yeah, and I mean, I'm also curious to see what it would be
Yeah.
with our schedule and the GP schedule.
I don't know.
When you're going to put it, and then also getting everybody of our guys to go over there.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be a process too, man.
If you're doing it for SMX and it's millions of dollars on the line.
Make it elitist.
Yep.
No privateer guys are going to be in on this shit.
Good.
Fuck no, they ain't gonna be able to do it. That'll kick that right out the door. There's no way those guys will be able to afford to go over
Needs
there.
to be anyway.
No, I mean,
I'm 100% on board with Jace on this stuff. Needs to be anyway.
well, we've talked about this. Well, that's interesting. Also, another fun thing too. Apparently, Australia is going to have a GP next year.
That's interesting.
Yeah, well, you know what's not interesting? Where they're fucking doing it. They're literally doing it in the farthest place away from any city. It's 40 hours away from Melbourne.
Did you say 40?
40.
So it's on the other side of the...
It's closer to California than it is to anywhere else.
In Australia?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. There's
That's
a lot
not-
of people that are super pissed off about it, and
Not a surprise for GP. We go to for them, they go to an island off the coast of fucking Spain that there isn't anything there but that fucking track. So
I just think it's interesting because of where they're doing it, because somebody was talking about this and they're like, yeah, when are you guys going to do it? Because somebody posted a picture. This is what our summers look like. And it's literally like 3 feet of water.
Sick.
And then they're like, yeah, we got a lot of crocodiles down here in that area.
Even better. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Jump the crocodile pit.
Yeah, let's
Fuck
get
yeah.
Hey man, let's get Jen Hunter to come do it.
Yeah, well, needless to say, TLR tinfoil hat here. I'm
I hope so.
very, very interested to see where this SMX global race lands.
I hope you're right.
And I'm even more interested to see what round do we do a combine at.
Yeah, because you're going to have to also start talking about if you want to make everything perfect and dot the I's and cross the T's. of the time of year you're going to go there too. Because
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's going to be outdoors, but inclement weather is always a problem. But you start going to some of these places that you could actually hold a race like that, and you got a real possibility of just a fucking mud mess.
Yep. So I don't know. It'll be interesting.
You should see the GP today.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. I already know who won the first motos. I don't want to know anything about the second motos, but dude, that's what happens when you go to Portugal.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
Super interesting. And what I think I heard as far as the MXGP and the Pro Motocross combined race would be the top 20 in points from each one would be invited.
Oh,
Essentially.
Oh,
So
that'd be
it's
interesting.
not going to be necessarily just an open round.
Well, I mean, the top 20, that's pretty much the whole MX2 class.
Yeah. So won't be a big deal for them.
Yeah.
Us might be a little different.
And what I mean by top 20 is only 10 of them are going to be able to show up.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting. I'm super excited going forward to see that.
I love it, man.
Definitely.
If they can actually make it happen, I am all for it. I'm all for it.
We'll see. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's get into silly season stuff here.
Ah, man. Good stuff.
Ooh, my favorite.
Okay. Let's start with the Kawasaki news that
Brock Tickle,
Brock Tickle is going to race outdoors,
select rounds.
select
Oh.
rounds.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was going to be like some kind of shocking news.
No, man, that's confirmed.
Cheese pizza. Stepping
that's
back
pretty.
in.
That's pretty shocking to me because it's funny because
It
we were
is.
just talking about this whole Tickle and Colt Nichols thing
Yeah.
last week, and man, I mean, once again though, let's give us a little bit of credit on this. That Cowie could have fucking played this perfect with the Austin Fortner thing, and they somehow fucked that up. Sorry, Cole. Like, this obviously has nothing to do with the people you work for because you don't work for the team. But Travis and me were talking about like AC's, like he's done. We're not gonna hire. We're not taking Dylan. We're not doing this. Travis and me basically were like, this played in perfect for Cowie's hand to have Fortner come up, ride outdoors, fulfill that promise that they made to him. If he struggles, he struggles, and we can go, hey man, we gave you your shot, you didn't make it. If he somehow comes out and kills it, you follow that into SMX. If he produces at SMX, then we start talking about a longer contract in the 450. And somehow they decide to just go with Brock Tickle, which, by the way, I am not mad about. I like Brock
I'm
Tickle.
not upset about it.
Brock Tickle,
I just
still
think there was a better thing you could have done here, but
Yeah, love me some Brock Tickle, my pickle.
And
everybody loves cheese pizza.
I mean, and dude, like he's obviously stayed in shape because he rides. He tests for the team. He rides with a lot of these boys. He's been doing motos like for years now.
I'm surprised he's racing.
I'm honestly not. I mean, I'm surprised that they went this route. Mm-hmm. But the fact that he said
Should've
yes
called
to
Dunge.
Dunge ain't right for Cowie.
All right. Next up, Tomac 2025.
Well, let's not skip over. Let's not bury the lead. Apparently, he's riding all of outdoors.
All
And
outdoors
SMX.
and SMX.
So that's interesting.
And then he wants to come back in 25.
That was the interesting part, and this is another thing we talked about last week.
Yep. Where does he go?
Because apparently this is just a building year for him.
This is
which
just
is
a building year.
so weird to just...
Did you see the J-Law thing this week?
Oh, that they think he's going to Cowie?
Yeah. Which I'm like,
Why does
wow.
everybody think that he's moving teams next year?
I don't know.
Like, even
There's
Cooksey was
no
talking
way
about
in
this.
hell he goes back to Cowie.
I don't think so either.
But even Cooksey brought this up. And
Yeah.
Even like Chris has been talking
Why
about...
do we think he's moving teams? Well, it's like we talked about. Where do you get budget for him? 'Cause
Where's he gonna go?
Coop's getting more. I don't know. Triumph.
No way.
Ducati.
No.
The Ducati thing is...
Ducati wants a flashy guy.
The Ducati thing's falling apart.
I gotta
really?
assume that he's gonna try to stay on the same bike and same program because yes, this is a building year. Then what's he gonna do? Go to a whole nother bike and rebuild again?
Yeah, I don't see that happening. I'm just still baffled at the fact that, I mean, dude, he keeps saying, hey, man, I love riding my dirt bike. I'm doing well.
That's why he's still riding.
And that's the crazy thing for me is that it's like, if he's this saying this is a building year and this is not, like, okay, he gets a full off season, but he's still riding all of outdoors, still riding SMX. Probably if this is a building year for him, he's obviously not going to want to try to push it during outdoors. He's just going to end up where he's going to end up, as he did in Supercross, and then SMX or whatever. It's like, well, what version are we going to see of him next year? Because if we see any version of Supercross 2023 Tomac before he got hurt, or even 2022, that automatically to me puts him as the second best guy without a doubt, and the only guy. I don't know what we're going to see of him, even if he says this is a building year. Like,
I don't know.
I'm just confused by this whole thing with him.
I am
Because this
too.
is not what I thought was going to happen.
Maybe he'll go to Beta.
Beta with beta.
Agreed.
Maybe. I don't know. All right. Next up here. Smith to Triumph.
Smith to Triumph, 3 to 4
3
year
to
deal.
4 year deal.
Yeah, with a 450 possibly included in there.
Which is
Weird.
Weird.
Well, we definitely know that Star's already starting to snip. Thrasher, I've heard, is already re-signed.
Yep.
I think Romano, as much as I hate to say this, is out.
Maybe?
I hate to say it.
Not sure.
I don't think he
would
deserves it.
Yeah, I would think Romano might be out.
I don't think he deserves it, only for the fact of he's just been hurt. Styles is done.
Mm-hmm.
Styles is out. Styles is done.
Yep.
So then obviously for the 250 side of thing leaves Dax, Deegan, and like I said, Thrasher. And Mosman's got his 2-year deal, but we kind of all believe that that's going to get snippy snip at some point when they realize that was a stupid idea.
I
Towers.
bet that was a cheap deal.
Yeah. Towers, I don't think will ever actually ride for Star Outdoors.
Oh, and then we got what's it called too?
Who's that?
Freaking the Brit.
Oh, Max.
Yeah,
He's coming over.
Anstey. Yep.
So, yeah, man, I mean, they're already cutting that team in half.
Who else are we gonna see on Triumph? That still only gives us 2 dudes.
Savachi's going to be 450.
Yep.
Jalik, which he's proven that he deserves to keep getting
Yep.
the ride. Smitty.
100%.
Ferry's out. They are not developing any amateur guy at this point.
Are we gonna see another?
Dude, they're saying
Any other 250 guys?
they're saying that they're going to try to expand not only 250 but 450 as well.
Interesting.
I mean, I think that they're. I don't
The
know
3
who.
to 4 year deal is what shocks me on this whole situation.
Yeah, 28 years. I mean, granted, he's had a great year and he's done what Smith does. He's done Smith things. Won races, led laps, crashed a lot, like been at the top. Like this is what Smith does. But it is weird to me that they're giving him a 3 to 4 year deal, but it's
Super
250
strange.
with a 450 out. Like
Yeah.
you guys. Like, I'm surprised that Bobby Hewitt and Steve Westfall decide to go with that language in the contract. I would have been like 1 year 250 deal, and then you get a 2-year option with the 450, 1 year
Yeah.
off the bat, and then we'll see.
Yeah.
But Smitty's 28. Do we really think he's going to race that much longer?
Apparently 3 to 4 years.
That baffles me. I'm all for it. I love Jordan. I think good. If he like keep getting the ride, dude, because you're still one of the
Yeah.
top dudes in the class. But that was a weird.
It is a weird thing. It's super weird.
I think it leaves it open though. There's a lot of dudes. I don't know who off the bat, but there's a lot of guys that they could sign.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not lacking people that they could give options to.
No, not at all. The other thing I heard, a very small rumbling, Kenny to Triumph?
That would be interesting.
I've heard I don't remember where
Is
I
it
heard.
because the shock blew?
I don't know. I don't remember where I heard it, but I did hear a small whisper of maybe they were talking to him. Now whether that actually becomes anything, I don't know. Probably not.
If that
But
is,
I heard it.
If that is the case, all I have to say with that is I don't hate the signing. I mean, obviously it's Kenny.
I don't either.
And I don't hate it to that Triumph because I think that bike's way better than any of us thought right away.
Yep.
That tells me that even as good as that bike is off the rip, that it is definitely more about the money.
Would make a lot of sense that they don't have a title energy drink sponsor.
Oh, because you think he'd bring Red Bull in?
I'm just saying.
How weird would that be?
I'm
Red
just
Bull over
saying-
here, Monster over in the GPs.
But I don't even think Red Bull sponsors the team, but because it sponsors him,
Oh,
where
yeah.
if you did have Monster sponsor the team, well, now you eliminate any guys that have personal deals with
kind
Red
of
Bull.
like HRC
Yeah.
does with
Yep, yep.
Joe and
Yep.
Jet and Hunter.
So, yeah. So
I
don't-
like it though. I like it. I
Yeah.
think. I mean, obviously it's Kenny, so it's a great signing. But
Yep.
I like it. I think Kenny would be ridiculous on a Triumph.
Yep. So, other silly season stuff I heard this week. Kitchen re-signed. McAdoo re-signed.
Seth.
Faulkner re-signed. Seth re-signed.
Volan, no.
Volan, nothing yet. So we'll see.
Whoa. What? They re-signed all those guys?
Yep.
Seth Volan.
Yep.
Faulkner. Wow. Okay.
You know why, actually? That with them not re-signing Volan, you know what that means, though? That means more validity to the Pierce Brown thing.
No.
You don't think so?
That's not what I heard.
What'd you hear?
I heard he's probably stuck at TLD. He wanted to leave, but he's probably stuck at TLD.
Cool. Fucking sweet.
So
So then who
we'll
are
see.
they?
Maybe he can get Triumph ride. I don't know.
Who are they?
I don't know if they're going with anybody else. Nate Adams will probably come up right outdoors next year, right?
Who? Drew Adams?
Or Drew Adams, yeah.
I was like,
Nate,
I was like, I haven't heard
Nate
Nate's.
Adams, I like
Holy
the
shit.
freestyle guy?
I was like, hell yeah.
Freestyle. Yeah, we're going to do backflips, bro.
Yeah.
Backflip nag nag.
I actually haven't heard.
Toronto.
I actually haven't heard that name in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably going to be true.
The other
I'm
interesting
gonna deal for Max Volan, man.
The other interesting thing is
Gets fucked.
What happens to Juju if Red Bull
Oh, yeah.
KTM drops
Yeah,
him?
no, we love Juju. Juju's doing better than ever we thought. Like, we love Juju. Did you hear those comments that like Ian Harrison has been telling people?
No.
Oh yeah, he's doing great.
Oh, we're
He's
jumping out in front of that train, but not
Yeah.
the train of we fired Sexton's mechanic because we're
fucking
cold
dude. The thing at KTM is just a fucking shit show.
with a U, not a O.
I don't know.
It sounds like it's pretty shit showy.
That is the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard.
I don't fucking know.
Like if I'm Juju and I'm over there, I'm just going, oh really? Oh, that's why I'm gonna get fired pretty
Mm-hmm.
soon then. Fucking Jesus.
Yep. Let's see here. I think that's all silly season wise.
I mean that's kind of the.
Oh, as far as the Ducati thing goes, it sounds like they're wanting wherever they come in
Yeah.
to match funds that they're putting in,
Yeah.
which is kind of a hang up because a
Yeah,
lot
no
of the
shit.
teams want them to come in and provide the money. And so when they're like, yeah, well, we'll come in and we'll provide $1 million, but you're going to put $1 million in too, then that
very narrows it down to only a
narrows
very
it
select
down.
few of people.
I've heard that we're down to
JGR.
and there was somebody else. I don't remember.
It's probably JGR because they're one of the very few people that
Yeah,
can match that.
there was two that was brought up. It was JGR and somebody else.
It's probably
So,
JGR.
Yeah, so
That would be cool though.
Basically, the silly season. Hep's out.
No, I'm saying Hep would have been cool.
Oh yeah, but Hep's out.
No, and they're probably going to be done with Suzuki at some point.
I don't know. Anything else you two got for the halftime show here?
No, man, but silly season though. From the sounds of it, 2025 is going to be an interesting year because
Super
I didn't really
interesting.
realize how many dudes' contracts are up.
Lots of them. All of them.
Pretty much outside of Jet
Yeah.
and Hunter.
Jet should get.
I got something interesting about Jet and Hunter that was pointed out to me today.
Yes, let's
Does that
hear
have
it.
anything to do with silly season?
Doesn't matter.
Something about them snorting something or
Oh
putting
my
something
God.
in their nose on the line.
It's smelling,
smelling
salts.
salts. It's smelling salts, man.
Is it smelling salt?
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
smelling salts.
This has
Well,
been.
that's what I said. I said it was probably smelling salts, but I didn't see the footage or know what it is. I didn't know if you guys had seen it.
Yeah, no, it's smelling
It's
salts.
smelling salts.
Yes.
All I know though is when I saw Jet do the smelling salts, I had to get a little bit of a laugh because it's just like, like to
You
see
didn't think it was booger sugar?
No.
to see a 20-year-old kid doing smelling salts, like it makes me laugh, man. Like it just fucking makes me laugh because I'm like, you just got some balls to be. Although they probably weren't that like aggressive if they didn't like because. I don't know if y'all have ever smelled smelling salt.
No, I haven't, but I kind of want to because I heard they're fucking awesome.
I have.
It's fucking terrible. It's fucking terrible, dude.
Seems awesome.
It's terrible.
I-
Terrible.
Wakes me right up.
You should
Gets
get
me
Juju
going. I'm in.
Mafuz then.
Huh?
You should get Juju Mafuz then.
Juju, what?
His
What
name's
was that
Juju,
African
his name's
that you
Juju
just spoke?
Mafu. He's a YouTube guy, but he's a power lifter.
Oh.
He has his own smelling salts. Go watch Joe Rogan's podcast with Theo Vaughn when he did the smelling salts. Anyways, yeah, it was smelling salts. I laughed though. I'm just like, oh, no, now I've seen everything. I'm like, Moto Kids doing smelling salts on the line before Supercross main.
I mean, wakes you up, bro.
Yeah, among other things.
Ready to pop.
Fucking ready to fight a kangaroo.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Yeah, buddy.
So, all right. Anything else?
No.
Halftime report, you two?
Nope.
Okay. That's been your Complete Racing Solutions halftime report.
That's it. That's all I got.
Make sure to check them out.
Before you
CompleteRacingSolutions.com.
get into 250s, I'm dipping out. I got a bike to wash.
I was just about to ask if you wanted to stay on or not. All right, buddy. Well, thanks for calling in, man.
You coming to the Salt Lake show?
Well,
We're doing it
I should be
Monday.
able to.
pause.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Salt Lake Show Monday because it's Mother's Day Sunday.
And we also have
Alright,
the outdoor shit to do.
Yeah, and we're gonna wrap up Salt Lake, and then we're gonna talk outdoors, all the same show.
titties. I like it.
So are you in?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay.
We'll see you a week from Monday then.
The word titties wasn't enough like validation for you?
No,
not
You
at
had
all.
to say ass. All right, pal.
I guess you guys don't like those.
All right, pal. See you Monday.
Yeah, see you. Bye. Okay,
Jesus.
that was Cole.
That was Cole.
Brought to you by Pro Flo Racing.
Only got one more of these shows to get through with him. I love Cole to death, man, but
It was rough when the phone was cutting in and out. So I'll tell you what, we are getting way too good at doing these shows because we are not that far in, and I felt like this was going to be a long show because I had so much for the halftime report there.
Yeah, and honestly, man, I think probably even for the wrap-up of Salt Lake, outside of anything ridiculous, I think most of it's probably going to be talking about the outdoor show.
More than likely.
All right,
So.
let's get into the 250 class.
All right, 250 race recap brought to you by our friends at 50 Grafx. Make sure to check them out for all your custom graphics needs. Link in the description down below, along with discount code. Joe does Joe things. I mean, this is...
That was the most Joe Schmoda thing ever.
The most Joe Schmoda day absolutely ever. Absolutely ever.
Just on it, man. On it.
I mean... When there's no title pressure, I said this in the recap show. You probably didn't watch it this week. This is exactly what I expect to see. He'll win next week, too.
Oh, for sure.
Probably win next week.
I think I have him winning next week.
Yeah.
I have him winning next week.
Like, without a doubt.
Just typical Joe things, man. Like,
Then
it's
we'll get
just,
to outdoors, and he won't be able to do a fucking thing for the first 5 races.
which is such a frustrating... Dude, he's got to look back and just be such a frustrating thing for him because it's like, man, if I just had this at the beginning of the year, I can beat all of these dudes, no problem.
Yep.
Solid,
sure
though, man.
can.
Solid all day. Like, was top 5 in prac quali. Obviously won his heat race, ripped a hole in the heat race, ripped start in the main. Just set a gap and just kind of, put the track together and did Joe things, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is what Joe did. We saw it at the end of Outdoors. We've seen it the year before. We saw it at the SMX round in Chicagoland. Like, when Joe's on, Joe's on.
Yep. So, great job by him. But
I think he's getting a little annoyed, though, with people bringing this up all the time, and even JT.
sorry, dude. This is what the fuck happens, dude. Like, there's a pattern of this.
Hmm?
This isn't random. This is a pattern.
Yeah, you know how you shut that down? You go out and win right away.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. So, Levi Kitchen gets second.
I mean...
And him and RJ, we got a tied points
That's what we talked about. We wanted this.
This is tied going in. Winner takes all. Final round.
Levi, he looked a little bit off yesterday, but obviously he was dealing. He had the bruised ribs and shit, and looked a little bit off. But I think, honestly, with the elevation and him going in there and probably not riding too much during the week,
Yeah.
he basically was just like, man, got to start. I think that he tried to latch on to Joe's pace of what Joe was running at the beginning. Couldn't do it. Had the buffer between him and RJ for a while. And I think he just obviously kind of settled in. And then he had the boot issue, which that would have been annoying as shit.
That boot issue was weird.
But it was good, though, that it was hooked at the heel.
Yeah. When
Or hooked
I
at the ankle,
first
I'm
saw it,
sorry.
I was like, oh, man, all of those, like, that boot's going to fall off. I think, though, if we watch closely here, I guess we're too far in the main now.
Yeah.
I think it was a lapper that, like, came out of the whoops a little fast and, like, got into him a little bit. But I don't know. I'm probably wrong about that. Who knows? But anyway, yeah, that was wild with the boot thing. But good ride for him overall anyway. So,
I mean, like you said, though, he beats RJ, RJ beats him. That's who wins the title.
That's who wins the title, which is awesome. I'm glad we got one of these that's close.
I really, really want Levi to win this title. If RJ does, RJ deserves it as well. The thing that scares me a little bit with Levi in this title, and I agree, RJ not going to believe it until the checkered flag flies. RJ's willing to send it more, where I feel like if Levi, the pace is, because RJ's going to go in and he's going to 110 right off the rip. Like, that's the thing you got to love about RJ. RJ is never going to change. RJ hits the deck, he wins races, but he's not. He's either 0 or 100, and it's obviously hurt him a lot in his career. He's probably lost some titles because of it. I almost believe with Levi trying to ease into his career at this point, knowing that he now has the talent and the speed to win these titles. If he gets in a situation where RJ ups the pace a little bit, and it's also track's going to be fucking concrete, just like in Denver, probably worse because there's a lot more wind in Salt Lake. I feel like RJ's willing to lay it on the line where I could definitely see Levi having a moment and him just going, I got outdoors.
I think RJ's going to hit the deck.
Oh, that's
I'll
a very
be really
well, yeah.
honest.
If you're going to 110 right off the rip, for sure.
I think RJ's going to hit the deck. I think Levi's going to win just because I think RJ's going to go out there so freaking hard. He's going to hit the deck.
I mean,
that's
he might.
what I think is going to happen.
He might.
I mean, look at yesterday. Like, there were so many moments yesterday with him in that main that you were like, oh boy. Oh boy. So, let's talk about your boy Thrasher, the crime on RJ there. What do you think of that? I think it's bullshit,
Whatever.
dude. I think it's bullshit.
I'm not proud with it.
You're not in the title hunt. Your teammate's not in the title hunt, and that's not for the lead. It's for fucking 4th place.
I don't know.
It was a stupid move. That
I mean, I'm not
I
going to vouch for him.
I'm not. I don't normally. I talk crap on Thrasher to the point of your results are so up and down. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But I don't talk crap on him of, oh, it's a dirty ride or whatever.
Yeah.
But that move, what the hell are you doing? I don't understand. Like, you're just going to go in and destroy him in this turn for 4th place in a race? You're not in any point situation. You're not, like, I guess, again, you're not winning the title. Your teammate's not winning the title. So it's not like you're helping your teammate. Like, literally, you star guys on this West Coast have nothing to do with this title. And then you're just gonna do that? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I think it was a stupid decision.
I'm not gonna vouch for him, but I also really just don't have an issue with it. I mean, to me, like, I don't see the point in it. But I think just I think what it is that Nate is frustrated with how this year's gone, and I think that he's frustrated with.
I thought he was gonna win yesterday, to be honest with you, because it's the type of race that he would win, where there was again nothing going on, and he just randomly wins.
I think he's just really frustrated with this year, and I think that he just tried to take his anger out on someone, and it just happened to be RJ.
It was stupid, man. It was really stupid. It's just one of those where you look at him and you're just like, why? Like, what was that? And then, like, you didn't even have it lined up right, obviously. And then you had it lined up so shitty that all you did was basically shove your brake lever into his bicep. So, like, well, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna vouch for it. I think he's just frustrated with the way the year's gone.
Yeah. Well, and then on top of that, he got dropped by those top 3.
I think this is like mentally.
They put 18 seconds on him.
I think mentally that hip injury last year is screwed with him, because I talked about this earlier in the year.
Yeah.
I think when the pace gets to a certain point, whether he's getting pushed or he's trying to latch onto someone, and they up the pace, like he sets his pace and then he closes the gap, and then if they up it or somebody's behind him and they really start making him, anticipate what they're going to do, I think his brain goes, I don't want to do this today. I think he's been hurt so much in that hip last year, and that's a bummer, because like Nate has proven once again many times this year that like he's faster than all these dudes when he wants to be.
Yeah.
It's just I think that he's been frustrated with the way the year's gone, because even for him,
he can go fast, and I just don't know what the harness thing is for him to harness that into being able to do it all the time. That's the weird thing. So, all right, Jordan Smith is 5th. Him and RJ playing that game of chicken there in that corner of who's going to let off.
Yeah.
Cost him. I mean, kind of. He'd have been behind RJ either way. So, I don't know. This is Jordan Smith, man. This is where we're at. He's going to Triumph next year.
Yeah, I
don't know what to say.
He'll have some good rides outdoors, and it'll just be kind of like a Jordan Smith. I expect him to do a lot of what he did last year outdoors.
Yeah, probably. Phil 6th.
Good ride for him.
Good farewell ride. Yeah, that was good. Flopped the start a little bit, but came through, got 6th there, like good to go.
Yep.
I accidentally called him Marchbanks in the qualifying show because he's number 36, and I just posted a video from Marchbanks from last year. So I got a little confused there, and then went, oh, whoops. Speaking of which, Marchbanks injured and out.
Yeah.
Rough.
Real bummer for him, because I hope this doesn't deter come Frocks Raceway.
Yeah, me too. So, Cole Thompson 7th. Okay.
Good ride for that heartbeat hot sauce between him, because obviously Ryan Wade's been right behind him.
8th, yep.
Now, also has to do with the lack of depth at the 250 West at this point.
The fact that at 7th place here, I'm at Cole Thompson, and Phil was ahead of him, and beyond that, it was the
Cole Thompson has
guys.
gotten a lot of top 10s in his career. He's been a consistent 10 to 15 guy, so like at some point, this wouldn't have surprised me even when it was deep. But
I'll be honest, this 250 race was boring. There was a couple of things at the beginning there with the RJ and Thrasher and the RJ and Smith, and then after that, when it kind of settled out after about 5 minutes, it was like, oh,
yeah,
okay. So Talon Hawkins 9th. That's good for him to get a top 10.
Good ride for him and that team.
Juju 10th went down early.
Yep.
That's what cost him. Ryder D just shit the bed on the start there.
Dude,
last to 11th.
Talk about another kid that if he can harness his starts and just sprint early, and then drop his heart rate down and be able to manage that at 85% instead of feeling like he's got to push it and then he burns himself out, because that's what he does when he's in these heat races.
Yeah,
he's burning himself out 3 laps in.
Yep.
Because you can tell he's pushing so hard to run that pace, but he's got the pace at the beginning.
He does.
And we saw last year at SMX.
And if he doesn't burn his adrenals out here and can figure out how to go for 5 more laps, he'll finish a lot better.
Look, man, I know it's not been a great start to his career and probably not what he wanted, but he has shown flashes of it.
Oh,
he
yeah.
can get the right person in there to work with him. I
Yep.
don't know who that is at this point.
I don't know either.
He's a guy that I could be like, yeah, I could definitely see this kid battling for titles
Yep.
at some point in his career.
100%. 100%. Oh, boy. Now we're going to go into quick draws here already. Lux Turner, 12th.
Good for him, man. Good for him. Kind of, I mean, dude, he got hurt real bad at the
Yeah.
beginning of the year, so.
Josh Varese, 13th.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I would have expected him to be where Cole Thompson and Robbie Wageman were at this
Yeah.
point, but
Hunter Yoder, 14th. Little injury. He's having an issue with the hip. Jerron Stapleton.
man, I was just going really, really fast, and I was still last.
Yeah, still last. Jerron Stapleton, 15th. Anthony Bourdon had a weird race, 16th.
Yeah,
he
he
must
should
have
have.
gone down or
Yeah,
something.
he should have been behind Phil.
Yeah. TJ Albright, 17th. Max Sanford makes the main, 18th. Preston Taylor, 19th. Carter Stevenson, 20th. Brad West, 21st. And Max Miller with a DNF at 22nd.
Carter Stevenson and who was the other person you said right before Carter?
Preston Taylor.
I'm pretty sure those are both their first ever mains.
Yeah.
So cool for them.
Yeah.
I don't never had a conversation with a kid, but I've helped kids in the past that raced Preston Taylor for a very long time. Kid out of, I think he's out of either Minnesota or Wisconsin.
Okay.
He's a good kid. I was watching him back when he was on 50s. So he's been, he's one of those kids that has stuck with it. So it's cool to see him make it into a main.
Yep.
Like I said, lack of depth definitely helped that, but be that as it may, like you got to put it in the lap. So.
Yep, exactly. So congratulations to all those guys who was their first main there. And that's been your 250 race recap brought to you by 50 Grafx.
So Salt Lake next week.
Yep.
Last race of the year.
Yep. The show will be a day late.
Yep.
We're not recording till Monday because
Yep.
Sunday's Mother's Day. Go spend Sunday with your mothers, everybody.
Won't really talk about the 450 stuff. Let's talk about the 250 shit for a little bit.
What do you mean?
Just in the sense of like, do we expect chaos in the 250 class, being the East-West Showdown? Obviously, outside of anything ridiculous.
I thought you were talking about 250 outdoors. And I
No,
was
no,
like,
no,
we'll
no,
talk about that.
250 East-West Shootout.
Oh, okay.
Like we just talked about, RJ, Levi, I beat you, you beat me, whoever wins, wins. So that's crazy. Haven't
No.
had that in a very long time.
I totally agree with you. I think that Levi kind of settles in and doesn't get wild and sketchy and basically just anticipates RJ's going to hit the deck because RJ is going to push it and push it and push it and push it.
And I still believe even if RJ doesn't hit the deck, Levi's still going to go, I got outdoors.
Yeah, well, if RJ doesn't hit the deck, I think Levi's going to be faster than him.
I don't know about that, man. Last night, RJ gets a start. I think RJ's better than Levi last night.
Maybe. I don't know, man. But I still think RJ hits the deck.
I mean, probably.
He's going to get overexcited like a little puppy dog, pee on the floor a little bit, and then next thing you know, he just, boom, he's down.
Yeah.
And then I think Levi will get that win. So
I mean, I hope so. I hope Levi gets the title, but if RJ wins, I won't be mad at it.
I'm not going to be mad at it either.
And, outside of anything crazy, Tom, I think, has this title way locked up in the bag.
I think Tom has it locked up unless they sick every single star guy on him, which, you look at Nate Thrasher's move last night. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe they send Nate out there to torpedo him, and if he misses, maybe they send Smith. We got a lot of torpedoes, and then you just put Romano out there and Dax too to play roadblocks, and maybe that happens, and then we put Deegan out front, and then boom.
The problem with all that is that I think
Bunching.
that if
we
Tom
can bunch him up.
problem is that if Tom gets a start, I think
Tomac showed us how to do this. He bunched them.
Tom walks away from all those dudes if he gets a start on them, which his starts have been outside of Philly on lock.
Smith could torpedo him.
He's gonna have to
Or
catch
Thrasher.
him. He's gonna have to catch him first.
Thrasher will be close the first lap.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
I don't know. I am slightly worried
For Tom,
in a sense.
because of that.
No,
Oh.
I feel like he's one of those guys that could have just the shit luck and be down in the first corner. And we were watching
You better
him try
knock
to
on wood right
battle
now.
his way all the way back. I mean,
Clearly though, he can work his way through the pack. So
He
I don't know
can.
if I'm worried about that.
he can, but there's a few other guys then that are in front of him that will be harder to work through from the West Coast or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. At least we got, like I said, one title because the 450s are basically Jet starts and he's going to win, essentially. Because I don't see Webb winning even if he...
Sexton is the only guy, and that he's got to get a start Sexton is the only guy that has proven to me that if he gets a start, he can actually push Jet at this point, because it's like we're seeing the speed come back a little bit. We've seen this for a few weekends now. It's just, dude, like you can't spot Jet 5 spots.
No.
Or last night spot him all the spots.
Yeah. You
So
can't do that.
that'll be the only thing I'll be really looking to see is that if Chase gets a start, what can he do with it? Because I agree. I mean, it's been proven the last couple of weeks now. Because I honestly think everybody else, Hunter is going to want to get it on the box. He's still going to want to go for that win.
Hunter wants a win.
Like Eli just doesn't care. He's getting ready for outdoors.
Yep.
Like Ando does, Barsha does, Coop. Who knows if Coop even makes it through Salt Lake?
I
Like,
don't know if Jet will win next week. I'm a little on
if
the
Jet
fence.
doesn't win, who does? I mean, I'm not saying Jet's going to
I think
win.
one of those guys. I think you see like Ando, Hunter, Chase, one of those three.
I'll say
think
this:
that's
if
where
Jet
I'm gonna
doesn't
go.
win and Chase gets a start, I think Chase does what Jet's done.
Probably.
He walks away from all those dudes.
Probably.
Because right now he is like it's not even close. Like
Yeah.
he is easily like if you're putting Jet right here as far as speed, like Chase is like touching his rear wheel.
No, I'm not arguing that at all.
So, like-
I'm just saying it would not surprise me as much as the nerves don't necessarily get to Jet per se that much.
I think Jet gets 10th.
I think it would. I think it's going to be one of those races if he just kind of gets through it.
He's been shown to do this when he's had a chance to lock up the title.
So,
like he gets 10th.
So that won't surprise me at all.
I mean, that'll be good because we'll have a battle up front too. So
Now maybe he comes in with a different mindset than he's had in years past, and he's like, you know what? I just want to fucking win this race. Also,
I mean, dude, I think it's going to be real sketchy next
I think
weekend.
so too. I think
It's
so
gonna
too.
be- so that'll be interesting. But like I said, the 250 class is just going to be wild because I don't really like. What is everybody's mindset going to be? Because there's a
Yeah.
lot of dudes at this point that are like, I guess we can talk. I'm really curious to see what happens with that Max Anstey, Pierce Brown, Cody Schock points chase. Who's going to get third?
Yeah,
Because McAdoo's obviously out.
that's something we didn't bring up at the 450s either.
What's that?
Third place, Tomac and Sexton.
Chase. I don't think Eli cares, man.
I don't think so
I think
either.
Chase really Chase still is going out there trying to win.
Yeah,
I don't think Eli gives a shit. I think Eli's trying to get ready for
'cause
Fox Raceway.
because I don't think this season is worth a damn to Chase in his mind so far, and it's worth even less if he does not pick up a win other than that butter.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there are a few storylines. They're very thin, but there
Yeah.
are a few storylines. So I mean, we can hope. I hope it's not as bad as the last round usually is. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, like we're at that point.
Either
where,
way, we got outdoors to talk about
yeah,
after it.
a lot of these dudes are already at the point that they're just looking to Fox Raceway.
Basically.
They're trying to make it through the last round. You're kind of at where you're at with your contract as your points. A lot of them are probably looking forward to that stopwatch national.
Yeah,
Stopwatch national. So yeah, I pick. I think Chase wins because I didn't really think about the fact that Jet's probably just going to go in and try to manage. Chase wins, and I think Joe wins.
Okay.
Because Joe's just going to do what Joe does, and he's going to, just win when it doesn't matter, which is real annoying.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, that's been your Denver recap show here. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We are getting so good at this. We are sub 2 hours here, and I really thought this was going to be like a long show.
How crazy is it that next weekend is the last Supercross show?
That's wild too. I'm ready for an off weekend though. I will tell you, these last 5 here, especially with the weather getting nice and some of the stuff I got going on the personal side there, I'm starting to get a little burnt on stuff. So, yeah, it's like I'm ready for an off weekend here where I'm not going to have a race to watch or anything like that. Like,
it's also nice that Fox Raceway also is, Memorial Day weekend, so like that's a chill weekend anyway.
Yeah. So, all right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks to our
Thank you.
sponsors: 50 Grafx, Complete Racing Solutions, TLR Coatings, ProFlow, Gutterworks, Isaac Nelson Designs, and Holster Co. Links in the description down below for all of them. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Like I said, the show next week will be one day late because we're going to film one day late. I will be back with live qualifying as well as a reaction show for Salt Lake there, and then we'll.
Let me say something. Because it's an outdoor show that we're going to do, and we kind of both believe that the Salt Lake show is not going to be that long. If there is, because we do the outdoor shows the same way every year, if there is something you guys want us if you're cool with this, if there's something you guys specifically want us to talk about during that outdoor preview, leave a comment, because we just go about the preview shows the same way every year, and we kind of get to a point where we kind of run out of shit to talk about.
Yeah.
So if there's something you guys want us to cover, a person a little bit more, leave it in the comments. I'm sure you all will say Hayden Deegan.
Which we will. Which we will. All right. Thanks, everybody,
Thank
for
you.
tuning in. We'll see you all next week.